So basically, I'll just walk you through briefly what SystemHub actually does and is. So it's a purpose-built project management tool that is cloud-based, so your team can use it wherever they are and they can access it anywhere. And I think a problem that most tools that people are trying to use to solve this problem is they're trying to have something that can communicate between team members. They're trying to have project management, but I see them as very different functions. SystemHub isn't about communication with your tools. It's not about project management. It is purely for document management. And because that's what it was designed to do, it does it better than anything else out there. And the workflow, it just makes sense and it goes together. Design was another really important thing for us because we tried different platforms and some of the team would use them for a little while and they would get a little bit of a win. They might use it for a couple of months, but then it wasn't intuitive. It wasn't fun to use. It didn't have a great interface. So very quickly they'd abandoned it. Anyone who's tried to implement systems in their businesses, I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you get systems into the team, they'll do it for the first little bit and then they're forgotten about. Has anyone ever had that experience if they use systems? It's quite common. For systems to have that magic, you need to continually go back and reuse on an ongoing basis and improve and develop the systems. So we wanted to make sure that it really looked great to use and the team enjoyed using it as well. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And if anyone uses like Finder or Explorer on a Mac or a PC, you already know how to use SystemHub because it's the same sort of thing. It's very easy to navigate and organise your systems and processes. Again, that's another reason why a lot of those platforms out there fail is because once you get to a certain number of systems, it's very hard to organise and it's very hard to find what you want when you need it. Whereas this is very intuitive and easy to navigate around. It's just got a very clear workflow. This is the area for creating systems as well, and I'll jump in and show you about how you assign different owners to certain systems and how you actually enter that information in. And then search, that was another really important thing for us. It's all well and great to have all of these systems, but unless you can find them when you actually need them, it's not really worth anything. So we wanted to make sure not only was it easy to organise, but then there's a very powerful search function as well with tags and the ability to search based on people who are assigned owners and who are actually just assigned and based on different departments of the business. So there's a lot of different ways that you can find it. And also the sharing and permissions. This is another really big one. I was talking with someone who runs they've got a master franchise of probably Australia's largest franchise company. I mean, if you knew the company, you'd know exactly who I'm talking about. And they're the franchisor, and they use Dropbox for their systems. And I was chatting with them, and they were saying all too often they would have tradespeople uploading things into Dropbox that they probably shouldn't be accidentally uploading into Dropbox and then having it sunk across everybody else's account. And they were accidentally deleting things and they were changing things. And I think it needs to be important that you can share permissions very easily, both with your team, but then also with contractors and things like that. So we set up a real easy way for having different levels of access, whether or not you're considered an admin or a team leader or a contributor, and then you can check different permissions on what you can and can't do. And we wanted to make it just as easy for external contractors as well. So we included like a PDF button where you could print out a PDF of the system to share it. Or if you're constantly updating your system, you would generate an external share link, which would send them to a system hosted in the cloud, linked to yours. So anytime you update your back end, it'd update this system, but it's stripped away everything else. So it's just the system itself, which means if you're working virtually and managing with different contractors, it's a great way to show them what to do, but without having to invite them into your account. So let's take a little bit of a look inside, and I'll just give you a quick navigate around. So this is SystemHub. Let's get rid of that. All right, so let's just log in. Obviously, if you have Google Apps, you can connect it to that and it'll just log you in automatically. That way you can control the permissions for your team. Once you're logged in, I'm told you should never do live demonstrations like this with software, but look, I'm so confident in this, I'm happy to do it. Firstly, you'll notice on the left-hand side here, navigation, very, very quick. We've broken the business into different departments, which I'll talk about in the next section, but let's say for delivery, let's say for our SEO services, individual services, here are all of the different services that we offer with the corresponding systems and things like that associated. And all of this we link back to inside Asana, so that way people can jump to the specific thing. Let's have a look though. I'll just show you how easy it is to create a system. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a folder. Let's do SystemHub Live.
I assume you just use the exclamation marks to pin stuff.
Yeah, exactly right. So exclamation point up there puts the start here. Yeah, which is our overview for the system for creating systems. So I've just created this now. I'm going to create a new system here. So let's just call this test, and we'll create that. And oftentimes, the way that I'll create a system, I'll start making a video first. So I'm going to go to Google. I actually did a video on Market Samurai's blog. Market Samurai, Jenyns. This is around hiring. So we'll just go there, and yes, sorry, Anthony, I misspelt Samurai there. Fortunately, Google still picked it up. Now imagine you might be on the lookout now for best practices and the way that people do certain tasks and things like that. And you'll start to create a little bit of a catalogue for yourself of people who are doing things really well. So in this example, I'm going to grab a video here from YouTube. We'll just let this go. That I used around how to hire staff. So I'm going to go ahead and just add this in here. We'll just test one. We'll just say, this is how to hire people. And then I might, potentially, or I could delegate this straight to a team member. I'd write out, here are my 3-4 steps on how to do it. Typically speaking, I don't go into the details when it comes down to doing systems. As long as I can record the video, that's enough. If I wanted, I could, create email templates and things like that. So this might be the first email that gets sent for a successful applicant. Hi, you've got the job. Then come down here, obviously, tags and supporting notes and uploading files and things like that. Then up here, in our business, we always have a primary owner and a secondary owner for a system. So I'm the primary owner here, but I'm going to go ahead and just assign this to, let's assign it to Melissa. And then I'm going to give this access to some other team members as well. So I'll just add in a few other team members. And then I'm going to go ahead, this system's only half baked. So I'm going to set it to orange, so the team know that, hey, this is still under construction. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. So now, very quickly, I've created something just basic. An idea will pop into my head and I'll go, we've got to have a system for that. I'll find a bit of a resource, or I'll record myself doing it, and then I'll drop it into here. Now I might come down to the bottom here, and I'm going to go, because I assigned Melissa as a secondary owner, I'm going to go, hi Melissa, can you please watch this video and fill out the system? Comment. That'll appear for her. She'll get a notification in her email box once this pops up in a second, and then she'll be able to basically come in here and pick up where I left off. But again, if you go back to what I mentioned at the start of the day, imagine starting to collate and build a database of all of the best solutions, systems, process, and recipes that you've collected over the years, and doing it like that. And you don't have to try and hack away with some of the other platforms out there that weren't designed built. So that's a quick intro. I'm just going to jump back now, and we'll just do this. And then arrange. No, wrong one. Perfect. Cool. So that's a little bit about what SystemHub actually does.